Yeah, just a fun night in Moby. Um, it was great to get Oregon State in here, and obviously a fun victory. I thought our kids performed quite well throughout the game, highlighted by the sister act. That was fun, but that's a tough team. They're very well coached. They pose a lot of problems, and we haven't seen any zone yet this year, and we kind of had to find our way through that. But some fun playmaking and some big shots made down the stretch. So great win by our team.
Yeah, so with beating a team that went to get interviewed at it last year, do you think that it kind of gives you a little bit of like, it just prepares you more for the season?
Well, yeah, I mean it's obviously a great win. I mean they have such a winning championship culture at Oregon State. Now, a lot of those kids that were on that team are not there to be fair to Oregon State, but that's still the same. He's arguably the best coach in the country and has been for a long time. And so, they still got good players. They've still got that Oregon State size. And so it was fun to go against that, to see if we could compete against it and battle it. And I think we proved that we could do that.
The rebound number obviously is big, but didn't feel as impactful. Second chance points just 8. Do you feel like you kind of minimized the impact of?
Absolutely, and that's what we chart. I know you guys look at the rebounding, margin, but we look at how many points they scored off the boards, and so they're going to get some. The ball bounces crazy sometimes, and that's part of the game. And they send big bodies to the glass, so we knew that was going to be the case. But we did want our guards to really get in there and dig down. And so you saw when they did get some boards and they put the ball on the floor, our guards were there to turn them over. I think they had 13 turnovers, and a lot of them were off of plays like that, or when we made their post, put it on the floor. And Hannah Ronsick had a great offensive night shooting it, but she was even better defensively, and that's probably what allowed us to get some separation. At times great, at times we were a little impatient. We seemed to, especially in that first half, we needed halftime to kind of to regroup, and so it's so long. It's hard to, we practiced against the zone in practice and that sort of thing, but you can't simulate that length. You just can't. And so things that we thought were open on the bench, obviously the kids couldn't see that, and they're seeing it different. And how they're seeing it is right, because they're out there seeing that length. And so we moved it a little bit. We put Emma at the top of the key so we could see it a little bit differently. I thought that was big, but we just made some timely threes to get them out of it, and that was the key. Yeah, they had a nice little thing going tonight, obviously, and it's they were having fun, and they fed off of each other, and it was nice to see the ball go in early. We've really had some struggles in the first quarter, but they both came out with the right mindset, a can-do mindset, it's going in mindset, that sort of thing, and I think they do feed off of each other well, and you even see that in practice. They both usually have really good practices on the same day. Not that they have bad practices, but just something in that Ronsick water, I guess.
Coach, I'd like to just hear your reaction. You mentioned first time seeing the zone this year. Heading into the fourth quarter, 0 turnovers, only ended up with 2 on the game. Just your reaction on teams.
Yeah, I thought we were obviously strong with the ball. At times a little hesitant, but I'd rather us play a little cautious than a little loose and give them scoring opportunities. And we've always been, I think, pretty solid at valuing the basketball, but in a game like this, it's so important. And so, and playing against the zone, we didn't force it, obviously. And so we had 0 turnovers going into the fourth.
Yeah.
That's all coaching. I mean, no. But I think you see the beauty of Emma Ronsick. She was our point guard most of that second half. And so she gets to play with no pressure, at least tonight, because of who was guarding her. They weren't going to extend. So we got to play comfortable bringing the ball up the floor. Even in the fast break, we got to, not play with some heat on us. So that was helpful. She's so versatile. She allows us to limit that number.
When you spoke on valuing the ball, in those like when the shot clock is running out, how do you keep the ball and also make sure that they can't take it off?
Yeah, I mean, we got it down there a few times tonight, and we tried to run some high ball stuff, and a couple of times it was successful. But yeah, you just got to be strong with the ball. We tried to put their bigs in the ball screen late, and 53 moves her feet a little better than I thought. She separates really well. She's got great length. Obviously, they're extremely well coached. So it was the biggest thing you don't want to do is turn it over. Like, tell our kids, if you're going to turn it over, throw it in the stands so we can set our defense. Punt it out of bounds. Do something besides throw it to them and have a live ball score. So.
Coach, what would you say about Marty's performance? She led your team in rebounding. She's kind of all over the glass all night.
Yeah, Marty did a great job, and we're asking Marty to do some things like lead us at the point, and so she's still figuring that out a little bit. And they had a tough guard on her all night. She couldn't get into her pull-up game much, and but there's all kinds of ways to help a team win. And I love the fact that Marty, she can impact the game so many different ways, and it doesn't have to be scoring. She did a great job on 11. 11 is an unbelievable player. I mean, that is a WNBA jump shot that kid has. And so Marty made it really difficult on that young lady. And then she got in the fight on the glass and cleaned up a lot of those balls that were, kind of floating around. And we just asked our bigs to just get on their legs and drive them. You don't have to get the ball all the time. The guards will clean it up. And Marty was, she wasn't afraid to get dirty tonight, and that's why the 10 boards.
So we were sitting here 4 days ago after the San Francisco game, and we're kind of visibly frustrated with your team's offensive production. Did you make any big changes in practice leading up to this game, or did you kind of know things were going to work out?
We made some changes, but you didn't see them tonight because of a lot of the zone. But no, we did. Just these kids. I think the biggest thing, and we talk to our kids about it, is you can't get in your own head. You've got to get the game calmed down. And I think we played really, and I think Hannah and Emma both talked about it, was just a little unsettled and a little too fast. And we're still learning where each other's shots are going to come from and that sort of thing. But and the only way you do that is just by keep working in practice, developing and building a chemistry. And I think you saw that tonight. We made some extra passes. We shared it a little better. Not that we didn't the first couple games, but we didn't settle for those early, quick bombs, that they seem to fall in love with it at times. So I just like how we played a little more settled.